All right, so we're here testing text styles in VR. So first thing is to put in context is that this panel here is 2 meters from me, from the user, and here we have another panel that's 1 meter away from me, from the user. So as you can see, the styles, the text sizes are exactly the same because we're using the DMM system. So they are scaling in distance. The only thing that changes is the feeling, because this definitely feels away, and this one definitely feels so close to me. Actually, if I put my arm like this, you can see the ray, how short it is, and if I do the same, you can see how the ray it is now. It's longer. I can reach the panel almost, and this one I cannot reach. So here is actually my hand in this point here. All right, so these two columns are the column on the left, sorry, is the text styles with the Google guidelines from 2017. They were recommending this back then. So, and well, now we're trying to figure out if it still works. And here in the right column are the traditional 2D text sizes, the ones from material. So I wanted to compare them, to have a baseline and see how they work. So first thing, in the Google guidelines, actually they said back then that this could potentially change as the devices improve. So yeah, actually definitely the devices have improved from 2017. So let's see if it still works. So they tell us that the body should be 24 pixels, body 1, and body 2 21. So it feels to me quite big. So if we consider that we'll be adding paragraphs with this and with this, it feels too big to me. On the other hand, if we go with the traditional 2D text sizes, the ones we all know from mobile apps, web apps, and so on, it feels small then. So we could say that we're not still here. We'll need to modify the hierarchy sizes when we want to work for VR. But this but the guidelines here, maybe they might not work well nowadays. So another thing I notice, aside from the body 1 and body 2 are too big, is that this is light and this is regular. So the light works very well, very readable, comparing to the regular. That's good to know. Another thing is the letter spacing, especially here, that's bold. Subtitle 2, that's bold. The letter spacing here, the letter spacing is applied. The material design guidelines in terms of letter spacing is applied here proportionally. So as you can notice in the upper line. So, but still, I feel we'll need more letter spacing, especially in bold ones. Bold. Not that big. Here, we might not need it. Actually, it's the same in the traditional. There is no letter spacing applied here, but it is here and is unnoticeable. So yeah, letter spacing will play a key role in typography in VR, I guess. It's playing will be or is playing actually a key role in order to make it readable. All right, what else? Then another thing I notice is that the overline. So this overline is too big for being an overline. And the same thing with caption. So, but this one I still can read them, but they are too small. So having in mind that Oculus is recommending 14 pixels as the smallest font size for UI in VR, so we should probably take these 14 pixels as the smallest font size for overline. Considering that overline is an uppercase, so we might go for the caption for 14 pixels. And then we could try how 12 pixels work with the overline. Since it's uppercase, we can still force it a little bit more. So because uppercase is more readable when it's small. But this should be the baseline at the most 12, but always uppercase. So, and maybe our design system, we are not trying to bring material design to VR here. We are just trying to figure out how font sizes and components work in VR. So it's not like we necessarily need an overline in uppercase. So we'll see that. And then another thing I noticed is the button. So this button is 64 pixels in height. Here, 64 pixels. And it feels quite big. So this might be the big button. And this one could work as a small button from to the new design system we're trying to create here. So we still need one in the middle, but this is definitely the big one. This could not work as a medium. Same here, as I said, it's not a big difference in terms of distance. It shouldn't, at least, because we're using the DMM, but it's good to just keep comparing. All right. So what else we have here? Yeah, we talked about the letter spacing. That's pretty much all what I'm noticing here. So the overline, the text, the 14 as smallest, the letter spacing. So the light work very well in comparison of the regular. And that's pretty much it. I see for now. We'll see in the next text. Then in the next test, we'll see how caption in 14 pixels work. So, and we'll have the other alt text styles based on that. And then we'll compare. We'll also try to put letter spacing in these bolts, or even trying it in regular or semi-bold and see how it works. Yeah, and that's all I see.